Today, I go over 5 things I hate about my Lambo, which really I don't, to be honest, but okay. I gripe about how narrow this freaking door is. And to add more to this complaint fest that's so popular on YouTube, I continue to go over 5 things I hate about my Lambo. I mean, gee whiz. You know what? Let's just get this done over with so we can get back to some cool stuff. All this and more on... What's up? Hello, my name is Imari 16-bit Emre, and I am the owner of a Lamborghini Countach one-of-a-kind replica. On this channel, we're going to be doing some exciting things. We're going to be checking out other legendary exotic cars, doing a side-by-side comparison between my car and other cars, going on miscellaneous adventures, you know, doing all sorts of cool stuff. Because on this channel, it's all about the uniqueness and all about the stuff that's one of a kind, unique, something that you normally wouldn't see. This is a man who rambles in his Lambo. Let's get started. Alright everybody, let me level with you. There are some things about owning a Countach that's great. Then there's things about owning a Countach that's not so great. This isn't going to be a 5 things I hate about my Lamborghini Countach replica, because truth be told, there's a lot of things I don't hate about this car. And the 5 things I hate are not really hate things. They're just 5 things that are just ever so slightly annoying, which you can live with. All these things you can live with, and that's pretty much the same as owning any other supercar in general, especially the Lamborghini brand cars. So these are the 5 things that ever so slightly annoy me about my car. Alright, let's get started. Alright, first off, this has nothing to do with the car. Doors like these. Look how damn narrow these doors are. Because these doors are so narrow, it's actually hard to park the car inside garages. And the reason being is because you get that feeling, that slightly paranoid feeling that you might hit the wall. Even though the car is actually thinner than you think it is, but the fact that the Countach sits so low, and it's, I want to say highly wide, it's about medium wide car. And it's easy to think you're about to hit the wall and scrape it up. And I'm a very OCD about keeping my car parked straight and keeping it looking nice and clean. And when it's kind of crooked, only so slightly, I get really upset. So I gotta constantly keep reversing and parking it just right until I get it right. So that's really less about the car and just more of where you're parking the car. So that's an issue. Alright, another thing that I so-called hate about the Countach is the fact the car is really low to the ground. Even though it's not really low, it's low enough to the point where you can easily scrape, you know, the bottom of it, even though you're trying to reverse it or coming down. Like, unfortunately in Hickory, there's a lot of steep slopes and steep driveways, which is not fun for this car. Now, surprisingly, speed bumps are never an issue, but sloped driveways are, and it's really, again, not the car's fault, it's just bad place to drive a car like this, you know? This is really an SUV, truck, sedan community, and it's really bumpy, you know? And a car like this is really not built for that kind of environment. Unfortunately, you just gotta deal with the car that life is giving you, or something like that. Okay, another thing I hate about the Countach, and this is one of the most absurd things about it, is the fact there's no storage space to put your phone or anything else. I mean, it's not that big of a problem because, again, it is a supercar. I mean, it's pretty much a race car for the road. That's what it is in a nutshell. It's a race car for the road. It's not really designed to be a car that you have a lot of stuff in it, you know? It's designed to get your keys, maybe your phone, wallet, and that's it. And your phone, you can either put it in your pocket or have one of those suction cups, because that's what I do. I put it on those suction cups and it works perfectly. You know, it's a car you drive to actually clear your mind of any problems you're thinking of at the moment, not to try to do business as well. So it's not a big issue, it's an issue that you can live with. And here is the last problem, or something I so-called quote-unquote hate about owning a Countach, and that's the fact that it's not a Lamborghini-built Countach. Again, that's not a big problem. The only problem is you got to constantly deal with the ways of supercar fanatics and fanboys who love the Lamborghini-built one, and they immediately hate you for owning a replica because it's a replica. And it gets annoying, but it never bothers you, you know? Because at the end of the day, whether they hate your car or not, nothing changes the fact you own a Countach, which most people in their life have never seen a Countach, let alone a Lamborghini-built Lamborghini in their life. So regardless of whether this is a replica or not, let's face facts, a Countach is a Countach, which is a cool car. It draws people's attention, it turns heads, it does everything that you expect out of a car of its type. So it's not really something that I hate, it's just one of those little things that irk me a little bit. And again, that's really more minute than is a big problem. And to that I say, just live with it, you know? This is a personalized, redesigned replica that puts down a lot more torque than maybe even the Lamborghini-built cars, which, well, the Countach model at least. I'm not sure about the modern ones, but the Countach model, and that's not a big deal, you know? It's easy to live with, it's reliable most of the time. It has its moments where it acts up, but it's a really reliable car. So, to be honest, is it something that I hate? No. Not at all. Okay, well, that's my 5 things I so-called quote-unquote hate about owning a Lamborghini Countach replica. Have a nice day. Take care of yourself.